Hello and welcome to another one of my videos back on the channel. Today we are doing a news video regarding Wildflower and TV head zombie who are coming to the game very shortly. We're going to be talking about everything we know about them, their abilities, how they play, upgrades and all stuff like that. So we'll jump in straight away with what they look like. This is their character icons, which you'll probably see in the customization booth. Unfortunately, they don't look like they've been changed from the AI. They just kind of look like they've just literally copied and pasted the AI, which is alright. I mean, I don't really know what I was expecting. I'm fine with it though. So yeah, that's the character icons right here. Then we also have the upgrades, because after the latest update they actually appeared in the promotion stand, so you can now see them there, and you can actually see their first upgrades. So the Wildflower upgrades are head protection and flower food. Head protection basically gives Wildflower more health and adds a pot on top of their head, and flower food makes if you get a kill with an ability called Bloom Boom, it will refresh faster. And then we also have basically the same for TV head zombie. We have no fail pale, which will add a bucket on top of TV head zombie and will increase its health. And then we also have fast forward, which will if you get a kill with unkind rewind, it will refresh faster. So these two, flower food and fast forward, are for abilities called Bloom Boom and unkind rewind. Now these are the abilities which Wildflower and TV head zombie use in Giddy Park. You know, when they throw that like their little projectiles on the ground and then they explode and knock you back. Those are what these abilities are, so you will be able to use them, which is good. And speaking of abilities, these are two ability icons for Wildflower and TV head zombie. This one is for Wildflower and this is for TV head zombie, obviously. One being a dandelion, one being a yeti imp. We'll come to these abilities later on. And the next thing is a tweet from EA PVZ Mario, who basically said that the Wildflower and TV head zombie are going to be swarm characters. So they're not going to be support, they're not going to be defense, not going to be attack. They're going to be a new category called swarm, which is really cool. So we're going to see this new category appear, probably to the right of support or something like that. And yeah, these will be a completely new type of characters called swarm. So when you play alongside each other, there is an advantage, which we will get to in a second, and that is what they want. They want people to stay together and swarm players, which is really cool. It's yeah, I like the idea of having swarm characters, so this is cool. And now we're moving on to the stats for TV head zombie. So I'll go through all of these one by one and explain in depth. So we have the primary, which is called unkind rewind. So rapid fire tape ejector, I'm not really sure what that means, but yeah, you might understand. And if you're nearby other TV head zombies or bots, then you actually gain armor from them, which is really interesting. That's how they want people to stay together and swarm people, because they will get a benefit by being in one large group. And then his first ability is called Commercial Break, and you place your next respawn location with a bucket, which is really interesting. So you could walk around, put a bucket somewhere, and when you die, you respawn at the bucket. So I thought that's a really cool and unique ability for these two characters. Then we have the second ability, which is Yeti Set Go, and you control a fast frozen friend who explodes on command. So this is basically the Yeti imp we saw, and it will kind of act like Junkrat's ultimate from Overwatch, if you know what that is. But if you don't know what it is, I'll explain. So you summon in a Yeti imp, you play as the Yeti imp, you run around, and there's probably a charger, and when it reaches the bottom you explode. Similar to the lawnmower in Town Centre, where you kind of like go in the lawnmower and then you have the charger, and when it reaches the bottom you explode. So it'll probably be like that. The third ability is called Overheated Dinner, and you toss an explosively overheated dinner that hurts enemies and knocks them into the air. So this is the ability I was talking about earlier on, I think. So you throw it down, and then when it explodes, people get knocked back, which is the ability they sometimes use in Giddy Park. And also, I just wanted to quickly say, this was all found on NM Gaming's channel, so I will leave a link to his channel in the description so you can go and check it out for yourself. So Wildflower is next, obviously, and her primary, or his, we don't actually know, is called Stinging Petal. So dual rapid fire petals, and as usual you receive armor from nearby ally wildflower pots or minions. So again, that is, yeah, encouraging people to stay together and actually swarm the other team, which is really good. I really like it. Then we have an ability called Wildlife, so you place your next respawn location with a flower pot, very similar to the one we had with Bucket Zombie, where he places a bucket on the ground and then he respawns there. Then we have Weed Out, which is where you control the dandelion, which you saw, and it will explode on command, basically the exact same as the Yeti Imp. And then we have the Bloom Boom, which is the explosive thing that when it explodes it knocks people back. So these characters are basically mirror images of each other. They have the exact same abilities, just one is a plant, one is a zombie. I'm sure they'll have the same health and they'll do roughly the same damage, or make it kind of balanced. So this is really interesting. Now, we are going to probably be able to play as them pretty soon, because in the new features on the patch notes we have a new weekly event featuring playable horde characters. Now obviously these, when you hear playable horde characters, the first thing that comes to your mind is Wildflower and TV head zombie, because that's been the talk for like the past week. So most likely that game mode will come out before the end of September, when the characters were said to come out permanently, and we'll be able to play as them in the weekly game mode, and it will probably be like Wildflowers versus TV head zombies, which is a really cool concept for a game mode. It's similar to Cats vs Dinos, but it's not cats and dinos, it's plants and zombies, so it fits the game a lot better, and it's something very unique to this game which you can't do in Garden Warfare 2 or 1. So yeah, that's really good, and that's pretty much all. That's at least all I know. If you have anything else that you know about these two characters, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will read it. So yeah, I just want to say again before the video ends that most of these images and information were found from either GermanShu, OfficialMineGabe, or NM Gaming, so I'll leave a link to all of their channels in the description, and you should go and check all three of them out after this video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.